o'clock, so I'll call this meeting to order and start with the pledge of allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Lori Bourgeau. Present. Kelsey Cook is absent. Maureen Helmuth.
Yes.
Allison Kemp.
Yes.
Jacob Nicosia.
Here.
All right, I'll make a motion to excuse Kelsey Cook, please.
Support.
Support from Jacob. All right, and then approval of the,
You have to vote on it.
oh, we should, okay. Roll call, please. Or if we don't need a roll call.
No, you don't need a roll call.
All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Motion passes. All right, approval of the agenda.
I'll make a motion to approve the revised agenda as presented.
Support.
Okay.
All right. Seeing no public hearings, next
I'll
item.
vote.
Okay. All right, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? All right.
I'll keep you honest.
Keep me honest, yeah. Well, this is what happens when Kelsey leaves me in charge. Okay. Seeing no public hearings, next is call to the public.
Good evening, my name is Jeffrey Omvet and I reside over in Stonebridge Hills. And I just wanted to introduce myself. I'm a candidate for the Township Trustee position in Oxford. And should I win, I wanted to introduce myself and say I look forward to working with you all and keep up the great work. Thank you.
Thank you. Democrat or Republican?
Republican.
Just checking.
Understood?
Anyone else like to speak? Okay. All right, next on the agenda is number 7, consent agenda. There's a motion.
I'll make a motion to receive and file consent agenda items 1 and 2.
Support. Motion made by Helmuth, support by,
Bourgeois?
oh my Lord, I'm so sorry. There
You're
you
on
go. The one over there. That'll, the, all right. Next on the,
All in favor?
You gotta vote on
okay, all right, I am rusty, I apologize. All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Hearing none. Next on the agenda is approval, 7B, approval items.
If there's no changes, I'll make a motion to approve consent agenda items B, 1, 2, and 3, including the bills in the amount of $323,650.76.
Support.
May I have a roll call, please?
Bourgeau.
Yes.
Helmuth.
Yes.
Nicosia.
Yes.
Kemp.
Yes.
And Cook is absent.
Unfinished old business. Can you update?
Yep, we're still waiting for DTE's contractor, Power Engineering, I think, for the, do the boring. We're waiting for a bond run, I think, and they're talking if you run the power underneath Scan Street, that will feed the street lights to the parking lot. That's all I have.
I think it's all looking very nice over there, including the parking lot on the east side now.
Question, at that point, does that pole disappear, the one kind of like on the side of the?
No, that is not related to that. That's still a DTE thing for relocation. That will feed the house that's just east of Brady Street Equipment. I'm at 49, I think,
Okay.
East Brady. But this is to feed the power to the street light pole that will be mounted in the parking lot.
Okay, thank you.
Any further comment from council? Hearing none, we move on to 8B, Lakeside Drive School Drop-Off and Pickup.
Nothing new to present council. We had some discussion last month. We're still looking at some other options. It's not been much of a problem today, was it, chief? The problem seems to have died off.
Yeah, just drop it
So
off
we
all
will,
of a
we will
sudden.
stay on that for you with
Very pleasant.
solutions.
Why don't we pave Lakeside Drive permanently? We'll just take a long, long time to pave it. So people
Like,
can't
orange
get down.
barrels and cones forever.
No through traffic?
One way to do it.
Gotta get creative.
Moving on to new business, 5 issue drainage district optimization project phase 2.
So, I did include a memo into this, the county is looking at selling multiple bonds the next few years, this is the first one coming our way, it had a prepayment option. But again, if you look at the minor amount of interest, rate-wise, I should say, here, there was emailed to you individually, wasn't it? Okay. So I don't have that at my fingertips, but I think it made more sense in this case to do one at 2.5%. And we're currently earning about 4.5% more in our funds and Michigan Class and other things, LGIP. I've been told that there's another one going to be coming, that it'll be in a similar range, but down the road, there could be a couple bonds over the next, say, 2 or 3 years out in the 4.5% to 5% range. So I think it'd be better for us to take advantage of the low interest one and pay it as we go, save our funds, pay out the higher interest ones we expect in 24 to 36 months. So that's in the case, we would have to let them know that we're going to opt for the prepay option.
We need a motion on that?
Yep, recommendation of Oakland County that we intend to pay the bond and installment payments as presented in the WRC estimated drain assessment that was included in the packet.
So moved.
Supported.
Okay. Motion by Helmut, supported by Bourgeois. Any other further questions or discussion? Roll call vote?
Kemp,
Yes.
Nicosia,
Yes.
Howard,
Yes.
Bordeaux,
Yes.
Cook is absent.
9B, Resolution 24-06, MDOT Cat B grant application approval for Boyer Street.
Okay, this is the thing we discussed at last month's payment, or last month's meeting about trying to get the bond for next year's construction season, and we talked about what streets, we had some different options. Council opted for the Warriors stretch between Cannon and Pontiac, it's very similar, almost identical in length and scope to the Park Street project we're going to be doing this summer. And so that's the project we would include as part of the grant application to MDOT, which is due tomorrow, so I would get this uploaded tomorrow, as long as we go forward with it tonight.
I'll make a motion to adopt resolution number 2406 and name Joe Madore to offer to pay the paper.
Support?
Motion by Helmut, supported by Nicosia. Roll call, please.
Howard,
Yes.
Kemp,
Yes.
Bordeaux,
Yes.
Nicosia.
Yes.
Motion passes. All right, moving on to ordinance amendments, sewer and water rates, Chapter 78, first reading.
And again, we talked about this during our budget workshops, and then again, last month, what we are proposing is a flat $4 rate increase and a $5 rate increase on your monthly regular serve fee or capital fee, $5 on water and $4 on sewer. That's reflected in the new rate schedule you see in front of you.
Any
Yes, oh
discussion?
yeah, and by the way, the last time it was increased was 2014.
Thank you. Any discussion from council?
We'll have the second reading next month.
Yep, if we get by the first one. And clear with the public hearing notice and everything first. Basically, we'll just update the ordinance by updating the billing rate table.
Did we finally got the water and sewer rates in the codified ordinance?
Yeah, it's basically a copy and paste of it almost right out of this table, isn't it?
They used to not be.
Okay.
I don't know why. I'll make a motion. Go ahead.
I do have a question, sorry, I'm just trying to understand. On 9C, we have rates on the first page and then also on the third page, and they're different.
Yep, first one is for water usage rates.
Okay, and then second one is
Sewer, yep. And you see, in addition on the water usage, that's the flat monthly rate based on your meter size, and then you have the $3.96 per 1,000 gallons of water.
Okay, I get it. Okay, thank
discussion, I'll entertain a motion.
Make a motion to approve the first reading of the amendment to the sewer and water rates, chapter 770.
Support, motion by Helmus, supported by Kemp. Roll call, please.
Borjo,
Yes.
Nicosia,
Yes.
Kemp,
Yes.
Palmer.
Yes.
Do we need a motion to set this second reading?
We'll do it automatically, that'll be our standard procedure.
Moving on to charitable solicitation, Veteran Village 501c3 organization consider request for the Veteran Food Drive.
Yeah, and this came to Terry and Terry's done a little back and forth with them to get some feedback. One of our concerns was they talked about putting sidewalk or sandwich boards in the middle of the intersections, you know, and the people are trained to stay down the lines and stuff like that. We think that's a bad idea on them or on Burdick, either way. If they would like to put a sign over on the sidewalk, people will see somebody like that in the veteran's uniform, carrying a boot, they kind of get the gist why we're there. I don't think a 2 foot by 4 foot sign and left turn lane line is a good idea.
On 24, could they put them on the medians there?
Well, those don't go way down, they're gonna be right down the intersection. Now, they're
Right,
all
but if we
further
give 'em a
up,
heads
yes.
up,
Okay,
then-
you're right, yeah, we can put further up at the mid-block crossing islands. Yes,
Just
we can do that.
veterans collecting for
Yep,
whatever.
yep, because that's just an advance to getting. to the
Because I
intersection.
saw that, I'm like, someone's gonna die.
Yeah, and they're all people are trained to stay right on the line, like, you can stay where you want, someone can still hit you, of course, right? But yeah, that's a good idea, well, for the north and south.
They can
traffic,
put whatever
we-
wording they want on it, just in
Yeah.
advance of the intersection.
Yeah.
Get your coins out. You can't do it on Burdick, there's no need.
Yeah, there's no islands.
Alright, so they said they were flexible on what date, or you know, what
Yeah.
weekend they were looking for. Is there a recommendation that you have that would coexist with the DDA events or whatnot?
Not off the top of my head, they were looking to do, I think, there's 2 of them over the summer.
One in the summer, one in the fall.
Yeah, there you go, one summer, one fall.
Could you let them know to check, because I know our fire department usually does a boot drive, other, the vets,
The band,
American Legion does a poppy sale.
Yeah.
Just have them connect with us and confirm the dates are available.
band as well, I don't know, does any others,
The Lions,
school
they,
program do that?
Who?
I know the marching band does this, does
I
any
haven't
other
heard from
school
them, I don't think in
program?
a couple of years out there, it seems.
I think when they stopped staying in the middle of the road, they had to stay at the corners and then run out when the street light said walk in walk.
Might have made it that.
Took the fun out of it.
Yeah.
Paid for a lot of years of band camp that
Yeah.
way. Do you wanna get with them and kind of give them
Yeah, so
recommendations?
yeah, we could give them a recommendation of maybe one in the summer and one in the fall. That doesn't conflict with other ones that we're already, aware of.
And as 0% goes towards administration fee, it all goes that.
That's what they're aiming, that's what they're stating. And you see Terry, some of the feedback there is, about the solicitation registration has been expired. And then we do a follow-up one on that
Yes,
one,
they
they did,
did
right?
send a
So
new
that was the
one.
initial thing, so they did provide an updated one. And so they seem to be in good standing as far as timeframes for that go, it expires in January 31 of 25. So they're fully registered, Department of Attorney General, Michigan. So,
I'll make a motion to approve the request for charitable solicitation for the Veteran Village 501 organization with administration to confirm the dates and follow up with their suggestions regarding the flag and signs and
Support.
Alright, motion by Helmuth, supported by Nicosia. Alright, all in favor? Any nays? Hearing none, motion passes. Alright, moving on to East, Burdick pavement repairs engineering proposal from Rowe.
yeah, and I think we talked a little bit about this, well, in other streets as well, during our budget workshops and stuff, and the section from Glassy, westbound, only the westbound lane for the most part. We're looking to do some repairs on, we collected some boring samples, which are only a couple $1,000. Nothing has come to council. We haven't approved those yet. And so there's an engineering proposal put together by Rowe. I can't recall it off the top of my head. For a lump sum fee of $12,000, and that includes also the advertising the project and responding to questions during the bid, and assisting village with bid opening, evaluating bids, references, and providing an award recommendation. So in the traffic detour plan, we talked about the detour plan, so that's all inclusive of their not to exceed lump sum fee of $12,000. This is the project that we're looking to utilize some of the Oakland County Board of Commissioners Local Road Improvement Program 2023 and 2024 funds for around $24,000 combined. So we would match it with our own. But Don Brantley and Paul from Rowe and I, we walked this a month or so ago. Our project could be in the $40,000 to $50,000 range. So there's a couple of approaches that need to be done to make the puddling and pooling of water. And there's a little bit of stretch, maybe 100 feet of this, that's going to be pulled down straight to the dirt. And it'll go in 2 lifts because it's that bad in that area. This is something we would like to do this year before the winter comes to try to eliminate the water basin problems. And if we get this out and get it engineered, don't know if we can get something back by July, but I talked to Roy, if we don't get it back to the council by until August, that will only be about 60, 75 days to really get the work done, but it's not a huge project to work.
After walking it, do you have a guesstimate on the cost?
No.
Things are being honest. So it's gonna have to get back to us anyway.
Yeah, this is major fund money, right, major road funds, so major road funds is better funded than the local road funds that we're doing a water line project on, so it's, we haven't used any major road funds since the Hudson Benson project, the portion of that was. And in addition, this is the only stretch of federal aid eligible funds in the village from Glassy all the way to 24, I believe. And today from the road commission about a tip coming up for 26 to 29, 2026 to 2029, there's a meeting, probably try to get on that transportation improvement program through the countywide system. And for luckily, maybe in 27, 28, 29, we could get some federal aid dollars to do the entire stretch from Glassy to 24. But in the meantime, we can't wait. We're hoping to get these repairs done. And utilize the $4,000 that the county has thrown up for us to match.
I walked it, or drove it a few times, it needs it bad, so.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's-
walking over there, it's,
Yeah. There's a couple sections just east of, Hampton Block property that we will come across and do, like maybe a 15, 20 foot section, but the vast majority of work is in the westbound lane on the north side, and it's a couple driveway approaches, maybe even a 10 or 20 foot of curb replacement, trying to not do too much of that. It's in pretty decent shape, but elevation wise is what we're worried about.
Is there any chance of getting it done before school starts?
Probably not.
That's the-
Again, and the detour plan we looked at too, about for those coming in from Lakeville Road out there in town, if they're looking south, we can detour them down to Drainer, down Glassy to Drainer, if they're heading north, we'll send them up by the high school, Ray Road. Obviously, others need to come through, and we'll have to look at the detail of that plan. And it's not a long project, it could be 2 weeks,
Right.
maybe. Getting some of the concrete to cure up while you do some driveway approaches and stuff was part of that delay.
Great.
Yeah, so really all we're looking for tonight is approval to go with the road contract and get the design and engineering going.
if there's no further discussion, I'll make a motion to authorize the village manager to sign a contract with Rowe for the engineering and design for the East Burdick Street repairs as proposed in the Rowe proposal dated June 4th, 2004.
Support.
Motion by Kemp, supported by Helmut. Roll.
Could you put the amount in your motion? I apologize.
Up to 12,000 was the road.
You can just say it in the motion. Up to 12.
Up to $12,000. Thank you. Alright. Roll call vote, please.
Paula,
Yes.
Nicosia,
Yes,
Kemp,
Yes.
Bordeaux,
Yes.
and Cook is absent.
Motion passes. Alright, and then we added Item F today, GFL residential trash collection contract assigned to Priority Waste.
Yeah, and this came over the weekend, so it was received after the packet going out and such, so you may or may not have heard that GFL is selling their route to Priority Waste effective June 30th, later this month. And I spoke last week, finally, it's a rep from Priority, area rep. They know for sure that we are active transition as everything's settled in. They don't know who all from GFL will remain. They're hoping most everybody that's in place will remain. And again, our discussion was, you know, my hope is that we don't even notice that they changed, right? Maybe the different color trucks that they use their own. But our current contract with GFL is still in place, and there's an assignment clause in the contract that we can assign road with them, so the same rates, the same, everything in the contract will be followed and picked up by Priority. So we're just need approval for me to sign the assignment of this over to Priority.
Are they gonna stick with our commercial GFL?
They don't do it commercial, Republic does.
Oh, that's right.
When they used to have it all, remember they sold the residential to GFL.
Yeah.
You just extended that Republic contract.
Yeah.
So this is obviously affecting a lot of communities. I have 4 of these meetings tomorrow.
Oh, if you go on Facebook,
Yeah, I know.
it's crazy.
I've been around long enough to have watched both of these companies coming to Michigan from ground zero. Both are very good. Priority's very good. GFL is very good. I have multiple contract municipalities with both. This is an asset sale, so they'll take over the contract. If there's no changes to the contract, they have to accept it as is. All the terms apply, everything stays the same under the contract. And these assignment documents are being worked on with lots of communities. This affects all of Southeast Michigan, which GFL had a lot of clients.
Do you have any concerns for us?
I do not.
Is that transfer a good thing?
Well,
The reason why I've asked is why do we have to sign something? I assume it's a.
well, in your contract with GFL, there's an assignment provision that says we have the right with your consent to assign the terms of this contract, you know, if something happens, because you don't want to be left without a provider. So this is them reaching out to you saying, hey, contractually, we're selling off these assets. It's really an asset sale, it's not a stock purchase. They're selling off the assets of the southeast routes to Priority. We're asking you to allow us to assign your contract to Priority. Yes. Yeah. And so Priority has to pick up the contract as is and perform under the contract as is, with the rates as is, and anything else you have in your contract as is. It's not a time, you don't get to renegotiate the contract, they get to take the contract.
That was my next question. Thank you.
Out of curiosity, how far are we into our contract?
You are 2 out of,
2 out of 5 years, I think. 2 or 3 years. Yeah. Seems like it was the year before.
We keep the bids and everything.
We haven't heard any of the details of will there be any change of, you know, I doubt it. Most of them, a lot of them don't provide all the bins when they take over a place like that.
they're buying the assets, so they're buying the toys, if you will.
They could all on their own
They'll end up
decide
buying all those.
to come around and say, here's these bright yellow recycle bins we'd like to use now, but we already have a lot of.
They're not gonna take away, I guess.
No, they're not.
Okay, I didn't think so.
So if you look at the CCs down there, Don Beretta, who I've known for about 134 years, Don has been with, in the waste industry forever. He really is the backbone of GFL's performance and always has been. He's just a wonderful human being. He's moving to Priority to manage this transition.
I just basically need permission from you guys to sign the document. There was a page 2, literally the only thing on page 2 was Village of Oxford, by name and title. So I just didn't print it because that was all it was. But with your permission, I'll sign it.
I'll make a motion to authorize the village manager to sign the assignment paperwork. Reassign our trash, this is to reassign our trash haul pick, residential trash pickup from GFL to Priority Waste.
Support.
Motion by Helmus, supported by Nick Steele. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays? Hearing none, motion passes. And there were, item 10, there were no items removed from the consent agenda. And then moving on to item 11, this is our second opportunity for public comment. Going once, going twice. All right. Moving on to committee reports. Bojo?
I once again was not able to make it last minute, new job. But I do know that, NODA has a separate building that they've been leasing out, and that company is needing a bigger place, which is good, because NODA needs a bigger place. So, looking at them moving out and NODA being able to use that space, for their, many employees that they now have. So we made a conference room back there. So it's good news. That's all.
Planning Commission and Cable Commission?
I was not at the Cable Commission, I was in the hospital. Did we have a planning commission?
Yeah, but the signs, the sign use, the Good Egg, and then,
Oh, we did turn down the
drive-through.
request for sign for the Good Egg because we had questions, and the applicant was not present.
and what they proposed was larger than allowed.
Right. It don't meet our ordinance standards.
DDA, we got it.
DDA, I have a list here. Kelly is out busy. They have a new event starting this evening at the line dancing, I think in Washington Square. So, first thing, she wanted to thank Jacob and Holly for representing the village at the Main Street Awards. Good job. And tonight's line dancing, car cruise, and wine dining. Wednesday is tomorrow. Concerts in the park begin Thursday. 80s is at Lady Night Friday. I don't know if that's each night, each Friday, or just this. They cleaned up all the community spaces and added some pre-games for the families. You'll notice those out there, at least in Washington Square here. I've noticed them. And they're looking at 501 board members. If anyone is interested, please email the DDA. I don't know what that means. Looking for 501 board members. If anyone is interested, please email the DDA. I'm not sure if that was a typo or not.
Well,
That's
they want a
very
big
ambitious.
board.
I don't know where they're gonna be in a bigger room.
What was that, the eighties night?
80s ladies night, Friday.
What happened in the eighties? I was in the middle.
Disco.
You didn't want to know.
No, you got Cyndi Lauper, Madonna,
Oh,
Yeah.
punk rock.
Joan Jett,
I'm glad I was gone.
all kinds of good stuff happened in the 80s.
That's it for the DDA. At least that was a real quick thing she put together for us because she couldn't be here tonight. But we were on two different pre-development meetings on Zoom. Both related to development projects in the downtown. One a building that someone financial institution is trying to get in restructured, but it won't really meet because they were looking for a drive-through and C1 for which we don't allow under any circumstance. And the other one was some vacant lots along M24 we met with today, with hopefully some good news coming forward. And eventually they should be with the planning commission. We will have a pretty decent planning commission meeting set for next week. A couple of those other ones coming back. A conditional zoning request in South Washington Triangle, which is that behind the car wash down there in South Washington, for conditional zoning. Other hearings have all been out, or notices have all gone out. Yeah, it'll be longer than this one.
Right, Pollyant Trail, Mr. Medor?
We met way out in Leonard last time we met, so, working with the DNR on some, grants to help them resurface some of the trail areas. A lot of the bids came in, even engineering, nearly double what they were a couple years ago, so they had to scale back. But the DNR also did come up with some, federal dollars that you can apply for, that on trails to apply for, and so they're gonna review and try to apply for those sometime over this summer. I think the bids are maybe due in September-ish. That might help parlay some of the money they have into some additional money to get some additional engineering for surface preparation and repairs done. And then I know the Pollyant Trail had approved and village council had approved the Jacob Justin Schilling walk last week. I know Chief Zola was there. It was Saturday, luckily not Sunday, with the weather, so it went pretty good.
Yeah.
And,
Did they have a lot of walkers?
I
It's about 50.
don't know.
Yeah, it was about 100 or so there.
Manager and staff report?
One thing I noted down there, and Terry informed me yesterday, our former DD director, Glenn Pate, we found out days ago passed away. We don't know any details, and he did down Powell. I saw him a few other than I don't know what the deal is. I think Vicki in our office, who was off today, she was here yesterday, but off today, did find some information on Facebook about it. Kind of shocking surprise to us, but I just want to pass that along. So that was there. Other than that, we're clicking along. Our project went really well. Contractor, underground contractor, Boswick Excavating, Hutch Paving did a great job. There's one little boo-boo they did out there by our bollard where someone put it in the wrong spot initially and had to move it. They finished the approach on Hudson Street last week, over the weekend I think it was, and opened it up. Everything's worked really well. It really downpoured here Wednesday afternoon, if you recall, and we were sitting out watching, I was, and watching the drainage work really well. Taking water like crazy and right where we want it. They hydro seeded yesterday. It's kind of the last thing. We have a few punch list items, things to do. The doors won't be, wait for the hinges backwards, so what's on the dumpster enclosure. But other than that, within 2 or 3 weeks, I think those should be in and installed. Other than that, we were very happy with the contractor. And just so, if you recall, they're also the contractor that was awarded the project for Park Street, the water main. So between Rowe and keeping the same inspector and Hutch and Boswick, I think we're looking good at the Park Street project as well. Our drop box will be back in service. We've ordered it. We're waiting for it to arrive. It's stainless steel. It'll be right out here in the same general area. It may make it to town this week. If not, probably next week it should be here and installed. Everyone was very cooperative. We thank the businesses. A lot of us encroached up in that northwest lot, whether you were staff, employees, or visitors here. A lot of the resident and or employees in the southwest lot moved to the northwest lot. So it was pretty crowded there for a while. But everyone worked well and everything went good.
So are you seeing the, lots of usage of the parking lot since it's been?
You know, this afternoon I was out looking at a couple things, taking a couple photos, and I was surprised there wasn't as many returning parkers. Because a lot of times you leave here at 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and there was a dozen or more cars from the employees of the restaurants and stuff downtown. Perhaps they haven't noticed it's been open for a couple of days. They haven't bounced back over here. But I fully expect that they will, because that frees up a lot of spaces over there. Yeah, I think it's
Awesome.
Terry?
Yeah, I want to take a moment to share some personal news with you. After 6 years of dedicated service at the Village of Oxford, I've made the decision to retire.
No.
No.
We will not accept it, forget it.
Didn't we
Decline.
adjourn a minute ago?
Motion to
Yep, no, we're wrapping up, come on.
Motion to adjourn.
No, I want to take some time, I just want to express my deepest gratitude to each and every person that I've had the privilege to work with. I mean, there's some really talented and dedicated individuals in the Village of Oxford. I mean, it's been wonderful. In fact, I can honestly say that the Village of Oxford has been the most unexpected surprise of my career. So, overall, the village has been very good to me, and I have really enjoyed working with everybody. So it's made this decision a hard one to announce. But I think I've accomplished everything that I came here to do, and I'm proud of what we've achieved and the relationships we've built together. So I have been discussing an exit strategy with Joe and Bob, and I'm willing to, help in the transition period. Joe and I have talked about some options that might work for the village and me until a replacement is found.
July 1st, 2025, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long exit.
Yeah, as far as nailing down a date, I think we just need to start the process. I don't know what's gonna be out there, we've talked about this, it's maybe a shallow pool, but maybe not, we'll see. And, again, it's just been, my honor and privilege to work with you all, and I hope you feel the same.
Thanks, Terry.
We'll see.
That's very sincere, Terry.
We'll
Not
talk.
on yet.
We'll talk before we decide.
Yeah.
Bob?
Motion to deny.
Support?
No.
Pretty sure that's not legal for you to.
Just want to tell you, we have a new judge down in the district court for prosecutions. The chief continues to provide my office with really just fantastic prosecution backup, and the new judge has been very easy to work with. And if you get a chance, maybe go down there and meet the new judge, but I don't
Do they have a name?
You know, Lucy, I'm not gonna say it right, so I'm not gonna say it. She had an office down the street from me in Macomb, Mount Clemens area, and she was appointed by the governor. But she replaces Judge Nicholson. And again, your police department puts together prosecution packages that make my life very easy. So, that's it.
Council comments for Joe?
Congrats, Terry, and though I wish you weren't leaving ever. It's gonna be hard to fill that position, so, other than that, I don't really have anything. Thank you.
I'll congratulate Brian at another Barnstable town. Later, much later. I do want to thank the police department for working what the world considered Memorial Day. I don't know, what was it, like the 23rd for the parade. Again, I don't think we had any trouble. A lot of reserves out there, the part-timers, all the full-timers. And I wish I had gone to Justin's walk. I wasn't able to attend that, so work. Good job. And that's it.
Nicosia?
Thank you to the DDA, we were well represented, at the award ceremony. I believe we had over 30, folks there, representing Oxford. So we were nominated for a lot, we won some, and, just a great time all around to see, Jack in leadership and everyone really there kind of promoting, what's going on in the downtown areas. Also, on a personal note, I'm very saddened by this news, Terry. You will be missed. You are appreciated, and look forward to kind of trying to clone you as best we can. And then my daughter also made the Liverpool Football Club in Clarkson, so excited about that. And on to you.
I think that's soccer.
Yes, soccer.
Liverpool with a blue.
So it's not a real sport.
Different. Football.
Thank you all for bearing with me. It's amazing that sprinkle in a bit of sleep deprivation and all of a sudden you can't remember how the meeting goes despite hearing it 100 times. Terry, thank you very much for your service for us.
Thank you.
You unraveled some interesting, you were able to help us out and clear up some, the accounts and the charter and whatnot, so I appreciate it. All right, well, we met our goal, and I'll entertain a motion to adjourn at 7:39.
Yeah, I'll make that motion.
I will support that
Okay.
motion.
Good job, Ron.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye.